Elio, I know a fair number of musicians in this area. Most of them have other jobs. I like the way you have things divided up. You go to work and do your thing, and then afterwards you can either go somewhere and play for the people or teach. Now, I won't ask you which gives you the most satisfaction. I wouldn't do that. But is there a difference in the kind of satisfaction you get from playing for people and teaching other people?
Well, actually, I don't actually teach. I just I was teaching a course a few years ago for the Board of Education, jazz, but they discontinued that. Oh. I'm not too much into teaching. I'm not that patient type teacher. I like playing, performing, or...
Well, I want to get back to the teaching because I read something about you as far as teaching improvisation, which I can't imagine teaching improvisation. But did you not get a certain amount of satisfaction from doing that, passing what you know along to these younger people?
Yes, Bob. It was a very challenging thing because I like challenges. I like things. That situation came about because I've never heard of any thing of the similar thing happening in Windsor in the teaching front for piano jazz. Mm-hmm. Not that I'm a big genius on that topic, but coming from the Oscar Peterson School, I remember him saying that some time ago that almost anybody can play jazz if they really put their mind to it. Mm-hmm. Which may be true to a certain extent. So, along with that, I even thought myself there was people around that would mind to have an idea how to approach the improvisation. As a matter of fact, we ended up seeing at this school about 20, at least more, 20 at the beginning, but then we ended up for 2 years, 2 courses, 10 weeks each. Mm-hmm. Range from 16-year-old to 65-year-olds people, women and men that were frustrated at home with this piano, wondering how is this improvisation, what's the mystery on this thing. So I did get a good response out of that from my students. I did really enjoy that.
What is the mystery? Is there a mystery involved in improvisation? I've never thought of it because I don't play piano or any other instrument. So I wouldn't know if there's a mystery. I do know that if I could play, I could improvise.
I think so.
But I don't know if there is something mystical about improvisation, because improvisation, of course, is the basis of jazz. We know that.
It's not only jazz, but mainly jazz, mm-hmm. because even let's say Mozart, as they say, mm-hmm. Bach and all those guys improvised. But it's nothing new, the improvisation. It's just that it applied to jazz because as we move along with times, we are more technical. So this improvisation seems to be more of a mystery, which doesn't really belong to every one of us, because some kind of a talent you need to have this, like a virtuoso type musician. Mm-hmm. And then it is in you somehow, most of it. Once you play a song that you get tired of playing the same melody the second time around. So your mind, the way you are, it demands a different expression.
Of course.
So that is the beauty of it, because you actually make melodies on top of the original melody.
On top of, or in spite of, almost. I do know that you have to have the ability or facility for remembering the tune. What you do, I've told people this before when they can't understand where's the melody. I say what you do is you hum the melody in your head and you improvise on it. I would think that's the way you would do it when you play, because I know that's what you do when you listen to jazz.
Oh, sure.
And I would think that's what you do.
That is a must for every musician, because you need a bass to work with. Mm-hmm. You just, there's no such a thing as they've been claiming about 10 years ago, something that was called free jazz.
Free form?
Free jazz, I don't think there's such a thing as free.
No.
They used to say free with discipline. Now the format, which consists of melody and the harmony and the rhythm, which are the 3 basic elements of jazz. So with these 3 things, you just have to work with. But the melody, you have to have under control, 100%. You have to know the melody and the harmony as well as you know almost your mother. So once you have that in your mind, you memorize it because there's no... You see, actually, with the piece of music in front of you, you can't really do too much improvisation or... see, you are doing what the sheet tells you to do.
Yes.
So once you have memorized that, you are more prone to listen to what you're doing, and that's what the music is all about, is listening what you're doing, and the expression that comes from your body and the mind is all a unit type result.
Mm-hmm.